was a nice day in the town. Halloween decoration filled every street, and the air was alive with celebration. From his window, Teddy watched the pumpkins glow and the children laugh. He was still in the house, but his adventure was about to begin. The adventure paused in the Teddy family's living room, as Teddy leaned toward his mom to make a request.
Mom, can I go see Grandpa today? I want to hear one of his stories.
Of course, Teddy, Mom replied. Grandpa always has the best adventures to share.
Teddy hopped on his bike and started down the block. He enjoyed the view, glowing lanterns, cheerful banners, and bright Halloween decoration in every yard. The town felt like a celebration, and Teddy's wheels hummed a happy rhythm as he rode toward Grandpa's house. Soon, Teddy rolled up to Grandpa's cozy porch. The sun was still shining, and the house smelled of cinnamon and candles. Grandpa leaned forward, his eyes twinkling like lanterns in the daylight. Teddy and Grandpa stepped inside the house. The living room glowed softly with the light of the lamps. Grandpa eased into his favorite chair, and Teddy sat down right in front of him, eyes wide with anticipation. The room grew quiet, as if waiting for Grandpa's story to begin.
Now listen closely, Teddy, for tonight I'll tell you a story that began long, long ago, across the sea in Ireland and Scotland. People here would celebrate the festival of Samhain at the end of October. It marked the end of the harvest and the beginning of the dark winter. On this night, they believed the veil between the living and the dead grew thin, and friendly as well as mischievous spirits wandered the earth. To keep them happy, families would leave food outside their doors. These old traditions would one day grow and change into what we now call Halloween. Hundreds of years later, as Christianity spread across Europe, the Church set aside November 1st as All Saints' Day and November 2nd as All Souls' Day. These were days to remember and pray for those who had died. In England, children and poor villagers would go door to door on All Souls' Day, asking for small cakes called soul cakes. In return, they promised to pray for the family's departed loved ones. This tradition, called souling, kept alive the old Samhain practice of giving and receiving in honor of the spirits. Over time, other traditions joined in, disguises to confuse wandering souls, prayers for the dead, and later, playful games of guising and trick-or-treating. And so, piece by piece, Halloween came to life. In Scotland and Ireland, another custom began to grow. Children would dress up in costumes, a practice called a guising. On autumn nights, they went from door to door, singing songs, reciting verses, or telling little jokes. In return, they were given fruit, nuts, or small coins. Unlike souling, where prayers were offered for the dead, guising was playful and full of mischief, a way for children to earn their treats while entertaining their neighbors. Over time, these traditions of souling and guising would blend together, planting the seeds of the trick-or-treating we know today. When families from Ireland and Scotland moved to America, they carried their Halloween traditions with them. At first, children celebrated much as they had back home, with costumes, songs, and mischief. But by the late 1800s and early 1900s, Halloween night in America had become known for pranks. Young people tipped over fences, soaked windows, and sometimes caused real trouble. To keep the holiday fun and a little less messy, neighbors began offering children small treats instead. Candy soon became the favorite, and before long, the playful bargain of trick or treat was born. And Teddy, do you know where the very name Halloweeny comes from? Long ago, the church called November 1st All Hallows' Day, a time to honor the saints. The night before was All Hallows' Eve. In the old Scottish tongue, people began to say a Halloweener instead. And over the years, that little word changed into the name we use today, a Halloween. And that, Teddy, is why every Halloween night children dress up and go door to door, carrying on a tradition that began long, long ago.
Happy Halloween, Grandpa, he said with a smile.
Happy Halloween, Teddy. Be safe and remember the stories we shared tonight.
With that, Teddy hopped on his bicycle, the cool autumn air brushing his fur as he pedaled away. Grandpa walked to the fence, cane in hand, and waved proudly as Teddy rode off into the evening, carrying the spirit of Halloween with him. As the autumn sun still shone and the pumpkin smiled from every porch, we wish everyone a happy Halloween. May your day be filled with laughter, safe adventures, and the magic of the season.